Bring yourself onto your mats. We're actually going to start lying down so that we can stretch out our legs first and start really getting into those hips and legs. So lay down on your mats, close your eyes, and bring your arms out on either side. And if you want to bend your knees and bring your feet flat, then by all means. Oh, excuse me, hopefully this goes away by the time we start moving. So bring your spine nice and flat, and if you feel like with your legs out, your spine is not flat, feel free to bend those knees. Arms out on either side, close your eyes, and take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen, send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs. Filling them like a glass all the way to the top. And as you exhale, reverse the breath, navel to spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. Start to tune out all your distractions, thoughts and worries. Tuning into your breath. Tuning into that slow and steady rhythm, that rise and fall. And start to feel yourself melt into the mat. Feel that breath wash through you. Inhale, cleansing your body from the inside out. And always teaching your body to use the full capacity of your lungs. So maybe you inhale and pause for a second at the top of your breath. And exhale, reverse the breath. Inhale. And exhale. And feel yourself melt into the mat, and as you do, shoulders glide down away from the ear. Let's check in with our tension points. So we tend to hold on to stress in really subtle ways. So step one is just pulling those shoulders away from the ears, allowing your neck to grow long, shoulder blades gliding down the spine, melting into the mat. Start to soften your facial features. Make sure you're not frowning or furrowing the brow. And unlock your jaw, unclench your teeth, and drop the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. And just notice a difference in those little key tension points. When you let them go, you might feel a little bit lighter, a little bit more relaxed. Let's take that imaginary broom and sweep the mind clear of any clutter, any wandering thoughts, anything that isn't serving you in this moment. Let's just push it aside. And really breathe into your body. And so the theme of today's practice, as well as splits, is going to be mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Week. So if you guys have anything that's stressing you out, that's just causing you to feel off balance, off key, I hope that I can open up this space for you to really breathe it into your practice and just feel a little bit calm, even if it's just for this time on the mat. And on your next inhale, you're going to draw that right knee in towards your chest. Bring your arms around the knee. Straight your left leg out, spine flat on the mat, shoulders down. Inhale. And exhale, pull that knee in towards you. So a nice gentle stretch down the front of your hamstring. You can keep your eyes closed for this if you want to. Start to rotate your ankle, just loosen up that joint. Get a little bit of mobility into that ankle. Maybe wiggle your toes. Get those synovial fluids flowing around the body. Really nice. So we're just going to start to stretch the hips, the hamstrings, the quads, the legs in general. Just get into that area. So make sure that we're nice and stretched out as best as possible for when we attempt splits. Take a nice deep breath. Drop that right knee open to the side. And if you want to keep that knee bent, by all means, and if you want to take your fingers around your big toe and straight that leg out, then please do. But make sure your left hand is pushing down on your left hip bone. Your spine stays nice and flat on the mat. So you're going to feel that stretch in your hamstring if you are straightening the leg. So I'd say if you are one of the ones that are really, really wanting to try splits seriously, try straightening your leg. Try keeping that spine flat and the pelvis neutral and see how deep into that stretch you can get. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. So remember, with every exhale, try and drop a little deeper into the stretch. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend that knee and draw the right knee across to the left. Giving yourself a little twist through the spine. Reach the right arms out and gaze down your right fingertips. Again, if you want to straighten your right leg out, which will get deeper into your hip, by all means do, taking hold with your left hand. You're going to feel that in your hip and hamstring. If you've got the space, I always put my mat way too close to the wall here. Inhale. And exhale, reach with those fingers. And inhale. And exhale. Take a nice deep breath. Draw that right knee back to center. Straight the right leg out, up towards the sky, and flex the right foot. So you're going to take your hands either to the calf, the back of the thigh, or if you're feeling super flexible, you can reach for your big toe. If you've got a strap, feel free to use that as well. So we're just getting into our hamstrings. This is a really good one as well for knee health, for nice healthy knees, and it's great for before and after a run. Inhale. And with every exhale, try and pull yourself deeper into that hamstring stretch. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Well done, inhale. And exhale. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that right knee. You're going to take that right ankle now to your left knee, so bend the left leg and draw the left knee towards you. So reclined pigeon pose, which is going to get into your hips and it's going to stretch your glutes. So bring your hands onto the back of your left thigh. Inhale, and as you exhale, start to pull that leg towards you. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Inhale. And exhale. Feel that stretch through the legs. Try and pull that leg in close with every breath. One more deep breath here. And then straight that right leg out. Draw the left knee in towards you. Hug that knee in tightly. Little stretch down the front of the hamstrings. Feel free to start to rotate that ankle, loosening up the joints, getting those synovial fluids flowing. Maybe wiggle those toes. Very gentle hamstring stretch to start with. Deep breath, drop that left knee open to the side. Take your right hand to your right hip to keep that spine nice and flat on the mat, your pelvis neutral. If you would like to, take your fingers around your left big toe and straight that leg out. By all means, keep that back nice and flat on the mat. Keep the pelvis neutral, just pushing down on that hip bone. And if you are serious about splits, again, please do try with a straight leg just to see how it feels. Get deep into that hamstring, get into the hip. Breathe into it with every exhale. Try and get yourself a little deeper. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Really nice. Really feel that stretch. So we hold these ones for a little bit longer than the other ones we're going to do in the class, just to get those muscles nice and stretched out to begin with. And then take that left knee all the way across to the right. twisting through the spine, reach those left arms out and gaze down your left fingertips. And again, if you want to, straight out that left leg, take hold with your right hands, and that's going to get deeper into your hip, into your hamstring. It's going to get right up the back of your glutes. You're just going to feel it through your bum. Really nice. Reach those left fingers. Really feel that twist. So the reason we look at the opposite direction to our leg is just to get that twist all the way from the base of our spine up to our neck. Take one more deep breath here. Gently bring yourself back to center. Straight that left leg, flex the foot. Nice deep hamstring stretch here. So hands either back of thigh, back of calf, or up towards your toes. So I can't reach my toe really on this side. So if you feel like you're more flexible on one side, it's completely normal. Don't worry about it. Just go with what feels good. You'll generally, even when you get into splits, have one side that splits and one side that just doesn't quite make it. So deep breath, start to pull yourself deeper into that stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Remember, this is a really nice one for healthy knees. It's good for doing before or after you run. It's probably one of the best hamstring stretches. It's quite intense. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Bend that left knee. Take the left ankle to the right knee. Reclined pigeon. Draw that right knee towards you. Hands on the back of your right thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Start to draw that leg towards you. Deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Inhale. And exhale. And so you'll feel this in your hips opening, your glute is stretching, pulling that leg towards you with every breath. I really like this one. I find it really, really nice and indulgent. One more breath. Gently bring those legs back to a tabletop position. So we're just going to get into our hips just to mobilize them a little bit. Reclined cow face pose. So you're going to bring the right knee over the top of the left knee, so like you're crossing your legs. Take hold of opposite feet with your hands. Pull the feet apart and towards you at the same time. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Really feel that stretch in the outside of your right hip. Give me one more breath. Take yourself back to center and switch. Your left knee is going to come on top. Take hold of your toes. Start to pull those feet apart and towards you. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Give me one more deep breath here. Really pull those feet apart and towards you as deep as you can, stretching out the hips, and then gently unwrap the legs, draw the knees in towards your chest. Apanasana. Give yourself a little rock backwards and forwards. You're going to bring yourself up into a seated position on the mats. Just going to quickly get into our necks and our shoulders. So just give yourself a little neck roll from side to side, from shoulder to shoulder, all the whole way around, whatever feels good for you. Then mobilize the shoulders up to your ears, down your spine, deep shoulder rolls. Really nice. All the way up to your ears, down your spine, like you're drawing circles with those shoulders. Take your arms out to the side and then draw them behind you, interlace the fingers and pull the arms out behind you. Just give yourself a little shoulder stretch. Pull those shoulder blades together like chicken wings. And then drawing the hands towards you at the front, interlace the fingers, chin to chest, C shape with your back, and try and make a circle shape with your arms like you're hugging a giant beach ball. Deep breath in here. And let go. And we're just going to stretch down our side, nice lateral stretch. So you're going to drop that left hand in line with the left hip. The right arm's going to come up and over in line with your ears and just reaching to touch the other side of the room. Keep that chest open. From hip to fingertip, a nice deep stretch. Try and keep those bum cheeks glued down on the mat. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. If you want to come down on your forearm, you can, but make sure bum cheeks stay planted, chest stays open. Deep breath. And let's walk those hands around to the other side. The right hand in line with the right hip, the left arm up and open. Keep the arm in line with your ear. Chest open, bum cheeks glued down onto the mat. If you want to drop onto your forearm, by all means. Keep that neck along the shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale. And exhale. Push that hip out. Really nice deep breath in. And exhale, back to center. Bring your hands in front, all fours position. Little cat-cow just to mobilize the spine. So inhale, navel to the floor, gaze up to the sky. And exhale, push the ground away. Dome those shoulders, spreading them nice and wide. And again, inhale. And as always, if you would like to continue here, please do. If you want to give yourself that little wave, that little wiggle, get as weird as you like. Really get into all those body parts that need to be woken up. Every little nook and cranny. Well done. So maybe you want to get into your wrists, your neck, your hips. Maybe you want to sit back in child's pose. Maybe you want to bring yourself all the way forward into your cobra. Whatever feels good for you. Really nice deep breath. Get that wiggle on. Lovely. Give me one more breath. And then bring yourself back into an all fours position. Spread those fingers wide, push down through your palms, the tops of your knees and the tops of your feet, and take a nice deep breath like you're about to lift off from the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Tuck your toes. Push those sit bones up towards the sky and take your downward facing dog, spreading the fingers wide, pushing into the outside of your little fingers, the outside of your hands. Your middle fingers want to be slightly off center, pointing out to the sides. Elbows slightly soft, shoulders drawn away from the ears, and externally rotated, just to make sure you don't get a rotator cuff injury. That's really important. Straight line from the base of your spine all the way down to your fingers, and looking between your legs or at your navel. Draw that navel in towards your spine and try and draw the heels down towards the mat. And as always, if you want to have bent knees, then by all means, please do. Let's just stretch out the backs of our calves and hamstrings here. Inhale, raise up on your toes, on the balls of your feet. And exhale, lower, stretching our arches, our hamstrings, our calves. Inhale. Try and keep your body in the same down dog position. Exhale, lower. So don't allow yourself to bring yourself forward into a plank, and lift. And lower, keep that navel drawn in. Well done, lift. Feel that stretch all the way down the backs of your legs, and lift. And lower, well done. Take a deep breath here. Send that right leg all the way out behind you, three-legged dog. Pass it forward to meet your chest, plant the right foot, bring yourself up, high lunge. Arms in line with your ears, hips under shoulders, right knee above right ankle. And this is my favorite little sequence at the moment. We are going to do it a couple of times. It's a good all good full body burner. So you're going to inhale, drop those hands down, and in one movement, send the leg all the way back, three-legged dog. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, the knee comes forward, plant the foot, arms up, high lunge. Really good for balance, good for your knees. Take a deep breath here, inhale. Exhale, drop the hands, one movement, three-legged dog. Well done. Deep breath here, inhale. Exhale, the knee comes forward, come up, high lunge. So this is a good one for splits because we're really using quite a lot of leg movement. We're really opening up those legs. Inhale. Exhale, plant the palms. One movement, come back, three-legged dog. Well done. And exhale, back into your high lunge. Deep breath. Lovely. Place the palms. Step back into a plank position. Core engaged, wrists under shoulders. You can either push straight back up in to your downward dog, or you can join me for a little vinyasa. Tuck those elbows in, come down. Push forward, upward facing. Push back, downward facing dog. Lovely. Let's do the other side. Inhale, the left leg is going to come all the way up, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that knee forward. Plant the foot. Come up, high lunge. Make sure that left knee is above your left ankle. Hips under shoulders, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms. One movement, send that leg all the way back, three-legged dog. And forward. Plant the foot. High lunge. Oops. Well done. Inhale. Exhale, palms down. One movement, send yourself back, three-legged dog. Inhale here, exhale, the knee comes forward, plant the foot. High lunge, we're going to go for one more, inhale. Exhale, palms down, step back, one movement, three-legged, well done. And come forward, plant that foot. High lunge, deep breath, inhale. Exhale, bring those palms down, step back, plank position. Core aligned. Either pushing straight back up into your downward facing, or join me, elbows in chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing. Push back, downward facing dog. Send the right leg back towards the sky, bring it forward, plant that right foot. Drop the back knee, left knee down, left foot down. Low lunge, runner's lunge. So, arms up in line with our ears. We're stretching our hip flexors, building strength in our quads and hamstrings. Again, really good one if you're a runner, but also good if you are practicing splits. So we're really sinking into those hips here, which is obviously very important for splits. Shoulders down, inhale. And exhale. And if you want to stay here, lovely. If you want to take a little split in the arms, you're going to send the left arm forward, the right arm back. The right hand as well, if you want to get deeper, can come back to the left calf and reach back with the left arm. But remember, those are all optional. Absolutely optional. You don't have to do any of those. Take a nice deep breath here. Really still sinking into the hips. This is the point in the class where the sun looks really nice. I like to point it out every night, I know. And just bring those arms back around on either side of that front foot. And you're going to bend the back knee, straight the front leg, hamstring stretch, stretch it. Flexing that right foot. Hips squared to the front, and we're just hinging at the hips, peeling ourselves forward. Keep your spine flat. So remember, so important. A lot of lower back pain and injuries that come from practicing yoga come from people not straightening their backs and straightening their legs too much. So like I say, always much better to have a bend in the knee and a straight spine. Always keep that in mind. Straight legs and a curved back, no. Straight back and a bent knee, absolutely yes. Starting to hinge yourself forward, really feel that pull on the back of the hamstrings. And you'll notice as well, you might not get as deep into the stretch with a straight back and your hips squared to the front, but you'll get the stretch so much better. Really nice deep breath. Gorgeous. Drop that right foot forward. Take both hands to the inside of your right foot. And you're going to pick that back leg up. So tuck that left toe under and lift the left leg, dragon pose. If this is too much, by all means, you can keep that back knee on the mat if you need to. Everyone that thinks it's actually way too easy and you want to get even deeper, you can drop down onto your forearms for lizard, which again is getting really deep into those hip flexors. This is a really good prep for splits. Make sure that outside knee is pointing straight ahead. We're just going to give ourselves a little rock here. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. Dropping that back knee. You're going to take your right leg now. Come up with straight arms if you were in lizard. You're going to take your right leg now and you're just going to bring it behind your arms and take yourself into pigeon pose. So your right calf is almost parallel with the top of the mat, or as parallel as you can get it. Don't worry if it's not at all parallel. Just use that as a guidance. So your palms down on the mat, puff that chest out like a nice proud pigeon and send the shoulders down your spine. So pigeon pose, another really good hip opener. I know some people really don't like this pose, you find it a bit intense. That's absolutely fine. If you don't want to do this pose, you can take child's pose, or you can take Sphinx Pose, which is with your forearms on the mat, body flat, feet pointed, and lifting your chest and abdomen. Otherwise, with Pigeon, I want you to make sure, most importantly, hips are squared to the front. If you feel like you're falling into your right hip, grab something to pop underneath. It can be anything: iPhone box, baby wipes, a book, a rolled up jumper. Just making sure that those hips are aligned is the most important thing. And if you don't have anything to pop underneath, you can lift yourself slightly up out of that stretch. So I just want you to feel those hips melting forward, melting down. And if you want to, you can start to walk those hands forward. Maybe you come to halfway today. Maybe you drop to your forearms. And maybe you bring the torso over the thigh, torso over the bent knee. There we are, we got there in the end. And forehead down onto the mat. So this is your sleeping pigeon, and it's an active rest and a passive stretch. So even though it looks like we're not doing much, we're definitely doing things. So this is a really nice way to open your hips. And if you are comfortable, so if you're super flexible, it might be actually quite a nice way for you to sit. Maybe you actually enjoy sitting like this. If you are really practicing splits seriously and you really want to get down into splits, I would say take a pigeon, a resting pigeon, on both sides. Try and hold for 5 to 10 minutes on each side and really just chill like you're on social media, scrolling Instagram. Maybe you're playing Candy Crush or something on your phone, or binge watching something on Netflix. And just try and see how long you can chill in this position and really feel those hips opening. Take a nice deep breath here. Start to walk those hands back into an upright position, and we're going to bring ourselves into our half Lord of the Fishes pose, which is a nice twist. So you're going to take your left leg now. You're going to spin that left leg all the way around, and it's going to plant the left foot on the outside of your right knee. So I'm going to show you guys from the front because this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So here I am in my pigeon pose. Your right leg, so that top leg, doesn't move. That left leg comes out from behind. It comes around in a circle, all the way around, and then it goes boom, and it plants itself on the outside of the right knee. So your right leg hasn't moved at all. Try and keep those bum cheeks planted if you can, and try and keep the left foot flat. I'm aware that I'm asking a lot, but just try. It doesn't matter if you don't completely get there straight away. You're going to take your left hand behind you. It's going to act like a support, like a secondary spine, but don't use it as a leaning post. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky, and as you exhale, bend your right arm. Start to twist to the left. Gaze over your left shoulder, and as you do, you're going to bring the right knee to the outside of your left knee, and you're going to push against that knee. And you'll notice when you push against the knee, you'll feel a nice twist through the spine. So twists, really lovely, very energizing. They compress our organs, release any toxins, and then when we release a twist, we allow fresh blood to run through our organs. So half Lord of the Fishes. I can't remember who it was that messaged this week saying, asking for good poses for sciatica. This is really good for helping with that. Push that knee away, twist, look behind you, deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Take a nice deep breath, let go. Walk your hands around to the right and just give yourself a little counter twist. Counter twist. Your back will thank you. And then bring your palms to the top of your mat. Unwrap those legs back into that all fours position. Plant those palms. Tuck those toes under and push up into your downward facing dog. Lovely. Well done, everyone. Left leg comes out behind you, three-legged dog. And then pass that left knee forward. Planting the foot, drop that right knee, drop that right foot, low lunge, runner's lunge on the left-hand side, getting into our hip flexors, strengthening our quads and hamstrings. Bring those arms up in line with your ears and really feel yourself sink into those hips. Really nice opening of the hips. And again, you're very welcome to stay here. Or you can take a little split. The right arm comes forward, the left arm goes back. And those of you that want to go even deeper, The left hand comes back onto the right calf, and the right arm comes up and over. Deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Take one more breath, really feel those hips sink open, and then windmill those hands back around on either side of that front foot. Bend the back knee, straight that front leg, and flex the foot, inhale. Exhale, start to hinge forward, and remember, hips squared to the front, spine flat. Better to have a straight spine and a bent knee than a curved spine and a straight leg. Deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Starting to lower yourself forward. Inhale, really feel that pull on the back of the hamstrings. Start to walk the hands forward with every exhale. Lovely. Take one more deep breath. Sink nice and deep. And drop that left foot forward. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. So options. Option one, you can keep your knee on the mat if you want to. Otherwise, tuck that right toe under and lift that back leg into your dragon pose. If you want to go deeper still, dropping onto your forearms, take your lizard pose. Make sure that left knee faces straight ahead. Give yourself a little rock if you want to get even deeper into that hip opening. Really nice. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that back knee, straight the arms. If they're bent, you're going to take that left calf behind your hands, drop down into your pigeon on the left hand side. So you might find as well that you have one side that you feel that your hip dips in. So for example, my hip definitely dips on the left. I have to really, really pay attention to what I'm doing here. And I say it every class, but I'm going to say it again. If you're super flexible in yoga, it's very, very common that we flexible people, I'm saying we because I'm definitely one of them, we put our ego above our form and we think, oh, I can go really, really deep into the stretch, and we forget how to do it properly, and that's how injuries happen. And I'm firsthand telling you this because I did a really bad hamstring injury in splits a couple of years ago, and I still haven't fully recovered. So just pay attention to your body. It really, really will tell you if something's not right. And just give yourself a nice little puffed out chest. Make sure those hips are squared to the front. Really feel those hips sinking open. And then you can start to either walk the hands forward halfway, come down onto your forearms, or drop that torso over the bent knee, forehead down onto the mat. Resting pigeon pose. And breathe here. Really feel those hips opening. Really feel those hips melting open into the mat. Breathing into that stretch. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk back into your upright pigeon. Half Lord of the Fishes now on the left hand side. So your right leg now is going to come all the way around, and you're going to plant that right foot on the outside of the left knee. So again, I'm going to show you from the front. Left leg does not move. Your right leg comes from behind. It's going to go all the way around. Plant the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Left leg does not move. Try and plant those bum cheeks and keep the right foot flat. I know it's asking a lot, but just try. Right arm is going to come behind you like a secondary spine. Support system, but not a leaning post. Left arm comes up. Bend that left elbow and start to hinge. Start to twist. Take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and push that knee away. Gaze over your right shoulder. Pushing, pushing, getting a nice deep twist through the spine. Inhale here. Exhale. Really, really get deep into that twist. Inhale. And exhale. And just feel those organs compressing and really imagine that fresh blood flowing through the organs when you release. Take a deep breath. Let go. Bring yourself around. Take a little counter twist. Round to the left. And then gently back to center. Untuck. Bring yourself back into an all fours position. Heels together, knees apart, and just take a little child's pose and breathe. So we're going to finish up with our splits. So what we're going to do is we're just going to attempt getting as deep as feels good for us. So I don't want any of you to push yourself. Gently lift your head. So what we do, and as well, if any of you have any blocks or anything that you want to pop underneath kind of where your crotch is, just so you can measure. So what I used to do when I was first learning splits many years ago is put yoga blocks underneath, and then it was kind of like a hooray moment every time I removed a block and got deeper. So you can do that. You don't have to use yoga bricks. You can use anything really. Again, most important thing, let's make sure our hips are nice and aligned. It can be really tempting to slip into one side. I want you to, let's do the right side first. We're going to take our right leg out in front, like we would be doing a low lunge, a runner's lunge. And we're going to sink into that right leg. Bring your hands down onto the mat, and you're just going to start to send that left leg out behind you. Just very gently inch into the stretch. So you can start to heel toe that foot forward. And also don't worry if when we did this last, you feel like you got lower than you might get today. For example, I feel very, very tight in my hamstrings at the moment the last few weeks. I don't know if it's because I've been doing more walking, more carrying my son than usual. I don't know if it's because I've been doing more strength stuff, more running, but it can mean that those things will impact your progress. So don't worry if you don't get as low today as you did last time. Very gently, you're just going to bring yourself into that stretch. Don't put pressure on yourself to get even lower. Just enjoy the journey. Take a nice deep breath. Make sure those hips are squared to the front. Well done, everyone. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. Try and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently, gently, you're going to bring both legs behind you, your heels together, your knees apart. Take a little child's pose. And breathe. So I'm always very wary in splits and in teaching splits, just because this is how I've done probably my worst injury. And also just to say to you guys that are regular yoga practitioners or people that practice a lot of stretchy things, it's the ones you're really good at and the ones you do a lot that catch you off guard. So if you've been doing splits like for years and years, that will be the one that catches you off guard. So it's just very important that we really warm ourselves up. We do the correct technique. So let's bring ourselves now onto the left side. You're going to take that left foot out in front and drop the right leg back. And remember, you probably will have a difference in how low you can go on both sides. So one side you might get a little bit lower, and that might differ as well depending on the week. So start to push that right leg back and hinge that left leg forward. Really sink into that stretch. Really nice deep breath. Really well done. Inhale. Lovely, everybody. Well done. Sink as low as you can go, and when you're happy, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring yourself out of that stretch. Heels together, knees apart. Drop your bum on your heels and reach those arms in front. Drop your forehead to the mat. Inhale. And exhale. And gently walk those hands into an upright position. Place your palms in front, tuck those toes under, push up, downward facing dog. Slight bend in the knees, gaze straight ahead, step, hop or jump through to seated. Bring your feet together like palms. Let's take our little bound angle pose to finish. So if you have done my classes before, you will know I love this stretch. Nice hip opener. Feel those knees opening out to the side, so you're just pushing them down, pushing them away from you. Take hold of your feet. Sit up nice and tall, inhale. And exhale. So this is a nice one, gives us the feeling of being nice and open. Increases blood flow to our pelvic floor. Really nice. Really feel those hips opening. And if you want to take a little forward fold here, you can. You're going to push those feet out in front so they make a diamond shape. And then start to hinge. Remember, keeping that spine nice and flat. Try and make yourself a little parcel. Imagine you're trying to send yourself in the post. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice, everyone. Really hinge nice and deep. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently roll up through the spine. Straight those legs. And just gently bring the palms underneath the small of your back. Drop down onto your forearms. Point those toes and push the chest up towards the sky. Just give yourself a little fish pose. Let the head roll back. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, gently roll down onto the mat, knees to your chest, up and asana. Give yourself a little rock from side to side to release your spine. Well done. Really nice. Straighten out those legs. Bring your arms above your head. Inhale. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Pointing your fingers from one side of the room to the other. Point the fingers, point the toes. And really, 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 really reaching. I want you to put tension into every single part of your body. Imagine someone's got you by the fingers, someone's got you by the toes. They're pulling so hard, you can't get away. There's tension everywhere. Limbs are so stretched. You want to feel like you literally are being pulled on a rack, like inches are being added onto your body. So much tension. Screw those facial features up. A million double chins, tiny beady eyes, make the ugliest face you've ever made. Draw those shoulders up towards the ears. Everything I told you not to do, do it now. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And while we're here with the physical tension, pour your mental tension in as well. Let's just get it all out. We're going to release a big old tension bomb back into the universe. Might only work for a couple of minutes, but whatever, it's just a nice thing to do. At the end of the day, when we're winding down for bed, reaching, reaching, pour it all in, all your tension, mental and physical. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go. Bring the arms down by your side, feet falling open. Deep inhale. And exhale. And if you want to grab any blankets, socks, jumpers, cushions, glass of water, dim the lights, pop on some music, whatever you want to do for your Shavasana, please feel free. And if you do not wish to stay for Shavasana, I absolutely will not be offended. I know it's not for everyone. Feel free to log off now. Everyone else, find a nice comfortable space on your mat. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Bring yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts, no worries. Focusing on that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath as you feel the air wash through you on the inhale. And releasing anything that doesn't serve you on the exhale. Take yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. Maybe take that imaginary broom again and sweep the mind clear of any clutter, any wandering thoughts or worries. Check in with those key tension points. Shoulders away from the ears, facial features soft and gentle. Jaw unlock, tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And just bring your attention down towards your feet. Feel them fall open on the mat, each toe unraveling one by one. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs becoming lightweight. All the way up to the base of the spine, and feel each vertebrae melt down into the mat, unraveling as though the batteries have fallen out of you. All the way up to your shoulders, and feel those shoulder blades melt down your spine, melting into the mat, grounding down into the earth. Arms lightweight at your side with palms open and fingers unwrapped. Your neck long, head light, jaw soft and facial features neutral and gentle. Finally, take your attention to your chest and abdomen. That slow and steady rise and fall of your breath, guiding you into a deep sense of calm. Just take these moments just for you as you inhale and exhale. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes to draw awareness back into your body. Draw your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side to release the spine on the mat. Bring yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And bring yourself up to seated, palms on your knees, shoulders down. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale, and this time out a nice deep sigh. And one more time for luck, the biggest sigh, inhale. Palms together at your heart center. Thank you all, as always, so much for sharing your evening with me. Have a lovely rest of your night. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Namaste.